Hi, my name is Abby Hamachek, and you're watching College 101 on UWW-TV, the show where we teach you tips and tricks to survive college. This week's episode is all about finals week. I'm here with Jasmine Pickett in the relaxation room. Could you tell me a little bit about the services that UHCS has for students?
Yeah, so we have here on the second floor, we have our counselors here. So if a student needs to see them one-on-one or want to come in we have group counseling sessions. Those are available to students for free. It's covered by SEG fees. Students would just call and make an appointment to visit us.
Are there other ways besides calling in to make an appointment
So for counseling, unfortunately, they can only call. For health services, you can do it online or call.
And then, are there any special things occurring during finals week where students can release their stress?
Yeah, so we actually have this relaxation room that students can book. That can be booked either through our portal online, or they can call, make an appointment. It's 30 minutes or an hour. It's really up to the student. But yeah, they can sit in this comfy massage chair that we have in this room. Great resource.
Well, thank you for answering our questions.
No problem.
I'm in the Anderson Library with Melissa Lopez. Could you tell me a little bit about pet therapy?
Sure. So Pet Therapy is a program where volunteers with the Alliance of Therapy Dogs, so that's the organization that we use, they're somewhere out of Milwaukee. Volunteers will come with their certified therapy dogs and basically hang out in the library with us, alternating Mondays and Tuesdays from 12 to 2 p.m. So students just get to come in and hang out with dogs and hopefully de-stress a little bit.
Could you tell me how pet therapy began?
Sure. So Pet Therapy began, I believe the year was 2012, and it was started by the person who worked in the position that's similar to mine that has to do with like outreach and event planning stuff. And so she created this and she reached out and got a good group of volunteers to come originally, and we actually are lucky enough to still have some of those same volunteers here with us. You may have talked to him, so Jim and Pat, and there could be maybe one or two others, but since it started in 2012, we've had volunteers and therapy dogs kind of cycle in and out through the years, so we've seen a lot of different faces and met a lot of different dogs.
Could you tell me a few of the benefits students can receive?
Sure, some of the benefits students receive, so a lot of students have pets at home that they may not be able to see on a regular basis. So if you come into the library for pet therapy, it's kind of that like dog fix that, you know, you miss your pet at home, but you can kind of like snuggle up and pet some very sweet and adorable dogs. So that's always nice, and it's kind of pitched too as like a de-stressor because as we know, animals in general, dogs, especially a trained therapy dog, they're certified to be therapy dogs. It can really just like, you know, bring your mood back, and if you're stressed from studying or whatever it is, kind of like, you know, bring you back to that present moment, and who doesn't want to spend time with dogs? So.
Are there any special events for pet therapy during finals week?
So this week, I wouldn't say there's anything too special going on with pet therapy. We do have pet therapy on both Monday and Tuesday, and usually it's only once per week. But what we did do last semester, and we'd like to continue this, is 1 or 2 special pet therapies per semester. So this was back in February, and then again in the fall semester, we did a station where students could actually make to-go bags, like treat bags for their pet at home. And we, the library, actually mailed those goodie bags to their pet wherever that pet lives. So whether the pet lived with mom and dad or a friend's pet or whomever. So students filled little goodie bags with treats and toys, and there was a make your own rope toy station too. So that is something we'd like to incorporate, but as far as this week goes, it's just doubling up on the pet therapy.
Got it. Well, thank you for answering a few of my questions.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
but I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
That's the Warhawk way.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? Head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
Welcome to the Anderson Library, a destination that offers many things to students and other people.
At the library, there's a whole host of resources that you have. Support for your academics in terms of books, databases, other resources, that streaming videos that you're going to use for classes.
And we do pet therapy once a week, alternating Mondays and Tuesdays. So that is something that any and all students, staff, and community members can come in and join us for.
Well, on the main floor of the library, we have a big chess set, so that's pretty popular to have students come in, play chess. People get really into it. You can reserve a study room, or if it's just you're looking for something fun to do on the weekend, you can come check out our video games or our board games.
You can also come check out and get a snack at their cafe. There is plenty of things to do at the Anderson Library besides just studying. For more information about the library's events and other topics, go to uww.edu/library.
I'm with Briar in the Anderson Library. How often do you attend pet therapy sessions?
I just started going pretty much, so once a week pretty much.
And then what benefits do you receive from pet therapy, especially around finals week?
Just being able to have a distraction, calming down, taking a step back in life, and having something else to look forward to.
And do you have like a favorite part of pet therapy?
Talking to the owners, very much hearing their stories and just about the dogs and everything else. I don't know.
Well, thank you for answering our questions. Yeah. Now I'm going to get some input from students on finals. Could you tell me how you're feeling going into finals week?
I'm a little nervous, but that's kind of per usual with any sort of finals setting. But I've been around the block a few times, and I think I'm just about ready to go.
I'm feeling very good, honestly. I think I'm very prepared to tackle what I have coming up for me this week. But it's not much, but I'll be doing the best I can.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm a little bit stressed out right now. A lot of my finals are paper assignments, so they're not in person, so I do have time for those. But like my history final, which is a little stressful, memorizing those ID terms, and for like the essay, it's like all in person writing down. It's pretty much what I like to call a brain dump. So otherwise that, I'm pretty confident besides that final.
I feel pretty good. I only have one final, so I'm very excited to get out of here. My one final is North American Landscapes, so I'm going to study for that really hard, probably by processing my notes, highlighting the very important stuff, and what the instructor did for us is he gave us the questions prior, so we can go into our notes and study those questions.
Good, because it's my last finals hopefully ever.
I feel better than I did a couple days ago because I already took a final this morning and it was a lot easier than I expected, and I thought it was going to be the hardest one. So prepared, I guess, more than I expected to be.
Do you have any study tips regarding finals?
I'd say my study tips are don't procrastinate and don't get caught up in the kind of the extracurricular events that happened during the last week. Obviously, it's good to have fun with your friends, but if it comes at the cost of your grade, then that's a bad thing.
One tip I would say is putting yourself in a comfortable environment to study. I think that's probably the most important part. is making sure that you're in the right headspace. And part of being in the right headspace is having like a cleaned up area, you know, dressing in comfy clothes and, you know, maybe a cup of coffee or some tea or whatnot. And then also getting ahead of it, like getting right away to studying. Like don't procrastinate with it, because if you try and cram, you're not gonna be able to remember a lot of stuff.
Make sure you take study breaks. I don't know about everyone else, but I can't study for so long or my brain just like stops working and I can't process any information. So make sure you have like breaks in between. And then another great thing that I do for my history exams, we have to study ID terms. And what we have to do is that we have to say like, what is the term? And then we say what is important. So I say, what is the term in blue? And then what I like, why I say it's important is in red. So that's kind of like how I remember. And plus they're very easy colors for you to remember as well.
Mainly for me, Quizlet always works well. Create flashcards and quiz yourself. Personally for me, I wouldn't do that for North American landscapes. It just, for me, I would like to highlight my notes and see what I find most important.
Show up to class in the first point. 2, one of my classes is an online lecture class, so I just usually like 2 times or 1.5 times the lecture and just make sure I'm watching it again before it. Sometimes I do a video recap, so that helps too.
Mine are probably not the best because I definitely stay up all night long the night before, which is like the opposite of the recommendations. But so if I were to recommend something, don't do what I do. I'd start studying ahead of time and look back at your notes as well as the book. I guess that's my best, yeah.
Thank you to everyone for answering our questions, and thank you guys for watching this week's episode of College 101. For more episodes, check us out on uwwtv.org.